Evil Dead. One of my favorite horror movies out there. This is one that I remember from my childhood, early teens. But yeah, I mean, I saw this obviously on VHS, and I probably wasn't supposed to watch this because, I mean, it's rated R. I was like, what, 11, 12, whatever. Sam Raimi's Evil Dead. I don't know what to say about this movie that people on YouTube or on other platforms haven't said before. Yes, it is a classic movie. Yes, it is very memorable and breakthrough and entertaining, but it's also sick as fuck. Like, there's some really gross stuff that happens in here. You know, and it's dated. It's like, hey, this is early 80s. At the time, it was the super goriest, freakiest, even scariest horror movie out there. Okay, of course, stars Bruce Campbell and a bunch of other actors that you probably don't know. I believe his first leading role in any movie. He's not quite as goofy in this. I mean, he's playing it pretty seriously until the end when he kind of snaps and loses it, and then you get to see a little bit of that Bruce Campbell goodness in there. So it's definitely scary. Like, for a horror movie, I think it's scary, at least in the first third of the movie or so, when they're kind of like establishing the mood and the backstory, which is very minimal, but gets to the point awful quick. There's a couple of fake scares. I don't know, this is 1982, man. Like, they were inventing these things back then. Yeah, and there's a bit of atmospheric creepiness to this as well. It's definitely gory. There's... Whoa, they go so hardcore into the gore, they have to resort to stop motion for some of the effects in here. You get to see a lot of like bodily mutilations and things like that, and horrible transformations. The whole concept of this is a group of friends. They gather for a weekend in the woods. They all drive out to this remote cabin. They get stuck there. Somehow accidentally unleash demons by playing a tape recording and finding the Necronomicon, the Book of the Dead, in the basement of this cabin. And then, you know, they start getting possessed by demons and killing each other and just going completely insane, and hilarity ensues. They had a limited budget. They had a lot of concepts that they wanted to use here. This movie is notable for that tracking shot as well. You're supposed to be looking through the eyes of some demon or whatever, stalking our characters through the swamps and forests near this cabin. And it comes off looking pretty good. I mean, I've seen behind the scenes footage of a couple of guys carrying the camera perched on two sticks or something, and it looks crazy how they made this. Low budget, yes. But this is a breakthrough movie for both Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell, and the movie proved to be a huge success. And that's good. And it led to a pretty good series of movies. Now, you're not even going to see a chainsaw in the original Evil Dead. Shotgun, yes. Axes and shovels and all kinds of murderous devices, but no chainsaw. That's something that came in Evil Dead 2. You know, like I said, I'm not a huge horror movie fan, but I enjoyed this back in the day because it scared the shit out of me and gave me nightmares for a while, I guess. Like I said, even though I don't like horror movies that much, this one, I'm giving this one an A-. An A because it's memorable, it's iconic. I've watched this over and over again over the years. The minus, just because it is a little bit dated, and it's through no fault of the movie. It's just my experience watching it is looking back on it and going, oh wow, that was pretty primitive in terms of effects, or pretty predictable and cliche in terms of storytelling or direction or anything like that. But it's no fault of the movie. I mean, they were doing the stuff that they thought was going to work, and it does work. And it's not like they were repeating or copying somebody else. This is a movie to be copied. Yeah, so A-. I think that's a pretty solid grade for a pretty solid horror movie. Anyway, have a good one out there, everybody.